Hello, my name is Ruth. I'm a retired florist, and I'm going to teach you how to arrange flowers. We'll start with one rose in a bud vase. We're using silk flowers because it's cheaper to do that than to choose fresh ones. And you can use them over and over until you learn how to work your flowers. All right, I've washed and sterilized these for fresh flowers. Okay, we're going to start with one rose. Your roses are supposed to be one rose in bud vase, and as any other flower, it's supposed to be 1.5 times the height of the container. Here's 1, 2, and 1/2 the size of your container. Okay, we'll place this rose into your vase. Unfortunately, it's just about as tall as the camera. Then you want to put you some greenery behind it, and I'm using leather leaf. And usually the leather leaf, fresh leather leaf, is a lot larger than this, and it covers more space. You put that behind, you put your leather leaf behind your rose. And you can put another one to the side and one to the other side if you like. I've taken this leather leaf, and I got it from Amazon. It came straight, so I kind of bent them the way regular leather, fresh leather leaf comes in. Then I'm going to put some gypsophilia in it, and I'll put it. You can have it like this if you want, but most of the people that ordered flowers in my shop always wanted gypsophilia or baby's breath in it. You put 1 or 2. And I got this from Amazon. They're flat in a little thing like this. You take them apart, and they're flat. Take them apart and make them look like fresh flowers. You bend them around, you bend the stems. The stems don't come straight in Mother Nature. You bend the stems, and each one of these giving you more product. Bend them around so that they look natural. You need to look at a stem of leather leaf to see what you're doing. Anyway, that's the way you do it. And here's you've got your rose. One rose in a bud vase. And you make usually during Valentine's Day, they usually want a bow. Silk flowers are really harder to arrange than fresh flowers. But let me make you a bow to put into your. Now this is just take the shiny side, and you pinch it up like this. You turn it, put it over your thumb like this, and pinch that. Then you turn it because you want it on the shiny side. Unless you've got ribbon that's got wire in it, and they usually, well, you have to turn that too, but to get the right side, you turn this, and you take it, squeeze it, you turn it again, make you another little thing. You turn it to the silky side, and each one you want to make it a little bit different, a little bit longer. Each one of the thingies that comes out here. Then you turn it to flip it to the other side, and you got it like this. Turn this, and then cut your ribbon. Cut it to an angle. Always. Each time you cut it to an angle. And then you take your wire that's covered with floor tape, which you can get this at Walmart. You can get some wire at Walmart too. And put it through here. Wrap it around your little ribbon and pull it tight as you can pull it with your finger there, and twist it. 2 times is enough, and there you've got your ribbon. Love tying ribbons. It is so easy, and they're beautiful when you get through them, and you'll love them too. Easy. I'll probably make a tape later on doing just ribbons. Now you can take this, you can wrap it on a greening pin stick like this, or you can just stick it straight down into your bottle, and there you are. I usually make those tails just a little bit longer so they get closer to the flower. But here is your 1 rose in the bud vase. All right, let's do you 3 roses in a bud vase. See if I can find your ribbon. Okay, here you go. Let's take the longest one. Ain't no longest ones. This again is supposed to be 1.5 times the height of your container. And this one is not long enough. So what you want to do is stick you an extension on the bottom of this. Take a stick, a stem of any kind, and wrap this floor tape around it. You pull that floor tape because it sticks on itself, and you roll it round and around your stem, all the way down to where past the stems, like this, so it'll stay on there. Right now, let's do you 1.5 times. 2.5 times. Whoa, let's try that again. You can get it here, get it in the middle, or here. Since this is going to be this is going to be 3 in a row in a bud vase, we're going to do it right here. Okay, there's 1. And that's 2. And that is a half. Let me cut it off just a little bit. When you cut your stems, always cut it at an angle, because you're going to have to cut your fresh flowers at an angle, and you need your silk flowers at an angle too, because when you stick it in your vases, it just okay. Now you want this 1/3 of this, the size of this flower. This is your second rose in a bud vase. Cut it at an angle. And then you want this other rose, turn it that way so that the head will look out at you there. And your third rose in a bud vase has heaven, man, and earth. And you want to half of the other one of the second flower. Cut it to an angle. There is your 3 roses in a bud vase. Heaven, man, and earth. Now you want to put your greenery behind it. Your leather leaf. You can use any kind of greenery. However, it is easy to find your leather leaf, so and to me it's prettier in a vase like this. And put your second leather leaf, and then a third. Keep it where you do not cover up your roses. Okay, now you need your baby's breath. Let's put this one over in behind it. Turn it around so it's facing the front. And let's do you another one. And you can put as many as you want, just according to what you like or what the customer likes. But then if you're not going to be a florist, you don't have to worry about the customer. You do it like you want it. Cut this one off so it's low enough it won't cover up your rose. You do not want to cover up your main flowers there. That's what you're selling. That's what you're looking at. And there you have it. There's your 3 roses in a bud vase. Beautiful. 3 roses in a bud vase. Heaven, man, and earth. Okay, now let's do you 6 roses in a bud vase. Remember, if you're doing this in real flowers, live flowers, you sterilize this and fill it with water, because you've got to have plenty of water for your flowers, and change it every couple of days. Okay, let's do your 6 roses. Okay, 2, 4, 6. All right, now, oops, too many. All right, you're going to make, you can put these in here just about any way you want to, as long as it looks like I'm showing you finished. But I like to fix it so that you've got a grid. There, I place it like this. So that's your north, your south, your east, and your west. All right, and go ahead and do the quadrants too, because that way you'll have a better grid like for your roses. Oh, okay, let's leave it at that many. All right, here is your 6 roses. Right, you got one in stem's kind of crooked. In your north, south, east, and west. You got two more. One in the middle, and then place another wherever you think that you'd like to have. These could be shorter, so it would, well, it could be shorter, but it's about a little bit taller than 1.5. No, it's not. It's about right. All right, 2, 4, 6. And now you want to put some. Got this spread it out here, so it'll take less time when you're when I'm putting it in there. So this video won't be so long. Right now, you want to put your gypsophilia. You don't always have to put gypsophilia. You can put any kind of little flowers, or not, none at all. Just put some more greenery in it. We'll cut that off a little bit. Just put more greenery. However, if you're in a flower shop, most men's going to want gypsophilia in your arrangements. Cut this off a little bit. Because you really want a little bit lower than your flowers, because you don't want them to take over your flowers. All right, let's put some more greenery in there to separate it and give more volume in here. There's 2. Just put it in here so to give you more, make it fuller. So you get more like, feel like you're getting enough for your money. You could cut these off so it wouldn't be so tall, but this makes a beautiful arrangement. All right, I'm gonna push it over just a little bit so I can look at it. I think it needs some more gypsophilia in it. Clip it off. Because you need it looking a little bit fuller than this. That's too tall. Okay. There's your 6 roses in a bud vase. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't see it. I got it down too far. There's your 6 roses in a bud vase. Right now you want 12 roses in a bud vase. Of course, it's in a bigger vase. Okay, you can start with your greenery. Your north, your south, your east, and your west. I'm hoping I'm down far enough that you can see this. Excuse me. Then fill in your quadrants. You got plenty of space to fill them in here. Pollen in the air. It's got my sinuses and things going good. All right, now I'm going to, this is 12 roses. These are beautiful roses from Amazon. They look real. All right, here is your first rose. It's north. Now this is an arrangement that is just gorgeous. North, south, east, and west. Oops. All right. You can pin these suckers so not like fresh flowers. All right, there's 4. And then you get one in the middle. And then fill in your quadrants. I just missed the base. Fill in your quadrants. This is just so much fun to do. Even if you don't want to be a florist. And what I'm teaching you can be a florist. This is what I did in my flower shop. Even if you don't want to be a florist, once you learn how to do this, you will love arranging flowers. But it's not so much fun when you don't know how to do it. I can vaguely remember that. But you just have a good time when you learn how to do it. All right, now just you fill in. Put some outside your grid. Give it more space. Try to keep them from going together, making them look like one flower. Because when you're selling flowers, they want to make sure they get all that they can get. So you put some greenery in between them. I'm sorry, I'm hoping it's down low enough. All right, let's put another in between these two. Bring it down so it won't cover up your flowers. Now we need some gypsophilia. And in your shop, you want to call it gypsophilia unless your client or your... I'm telling you, I screwed up. Oh, I didn't, these came out like in the package. I didn't turn them down like fresh flowers, leather leaf is. So it's kind of crushed them up. All right, I'm sure I'm going to have to cut these off a little bit. They're as long as the roses. And they always, like I say in my shop, they always wanted gypsophilia or baby's breath, whichever one your client called it. I like to keep my baby's breath or any other kind of filler flower that you put in there. I like to keep it a little bit lower in these. Here's some more. A little bit lower than my flowers. And it helps to separate the flowers too, because you don't want them sticking up together like these two. And put you some green in it. Okay, this is your 12 roses in a bud vase. Let me turn it this way. Show you. Gorgeous. It is gorgeous. And let me see. You can also have always, there's one side always looks better than the other sides. So maybe it's this one. You can put your bow in this. This is a wired bow, wired ribbon. You stick your wire down in here, or you can take it with a greenery like this and wrap it around the stem. Greenery, the green stem. I forgot what you call it. Then you want to always cover that wire. Even though you got that wire wrapped, it looks pretty ugly. Make sure you cover your mechanics. Roll your thing out like this. Floor tape out like this. You want to cover your mechanics because somebody's going to pull that thing out and look at that and they think, oh, that's not very professional looking. And I'm going to teach you professional looking. Everything professional looking. In case, whether you want to be a florist or not, it doesn't matter. You want your arrangements to look better than anybody else's. If it doesn't, go back and try it again. All right, let me see if I can stick that down in here. All right. Okay, there's your, yeah, I crushed that up, didn't I? I like everything perfection. It just looks more professional and you'll appreciate it better yourself. Okay? Don't hurt to bring that greenery down. Kind of cover that bow. All right. There is your 12 roses in a bud vase. You don't have to have that big of a bow if you don't want it. And here's your 12 roses in a bud vase. Now, what I want to do, I want to show you a presentation bouquet. This is one of my favorite things to make. You can make it on you save these stems, you can put it on here to make your arrangements taller. We're going to start with some greenery. Oops, turn me around. All right, this, maybe I'll make it sideways. Like that. All right. Here's one. Let's bring this one down just a little bit. And bring this side down a little bit. Okay, now let's put some leather leaf. Now, as you're doing this, lay this one down. Lay one down to the side here. Like this. You got one up here, one down here, just a third, just like we did the 3 roses in a bud vase. A third of the height of that. Get you another green. And then another on this side. Now you can do this in your hand. Bring it down a little bit. Don't put them side by side. Bring it down a little bit. Here's your top one. Here's your other side. Then one over this side. This is taller than this one. That's like your 3 roses in bud vase. Your heaven, man, and earth. There you are. Put it down here. Like I say, you can take this. Here's your radiation point. You do not want any greenery below this radiation point right here. Okay, let's start with your roses. All right, we're gonna put you. Oh, crappy. All right, we're gonna put one at the top here, almost even with your greenery. Here's another, the second rose, your bud base, like this. I should have brought that up taller so you can see better. Anyway, let me just bring it up here so that you can see what I'm doing. Just like 3 roses in the bud vase. I'm bringing it down. Okay, here's it. I want to make this clear enough that you'll know how to do this, because you'll make a lot of these. You can make them out of your flower shop too, in case you want to make some for your family or somebody. All right. Here's another one. It's like the 3 roses in the bud vase. This one. Do not put these side by side. Bring them down. 1, 2, 3. Like 3 roses in the bud vase. Okay. Right now I want to do this. This 4th one. I want to bring it out here to the side, and then another one out to the other side. Bring it up now to show you what I've done. Like this. Okay. Then I'll place another one over here. And now I've put 2, 4, 6. All right. Actually, I usually start putting this. I want to put this greenery in there, giving me more. I put another one of these on top of here. No, I'm not, because that's coming down too far. I'm gonna place some greenery over this. And then we're going to put some baby plants in here. I'm going to put it in between those flowers to give you more volume. Make sure you've got if you're doing it in, you probably won't ever do this in silk, but making sure you've got plenty of volume to make it look like a huge presentation. Let me put in some more. Put this in between here. Always remember where your radiation point is. No greenery or anything, leaves or anything below that radiation point. Okay. All right, one more in there. I laid these out so I knew I'd have enough. All right. Now let me look at it. It's 2, 4, 6. We got 6 in here. And this is what it looks like. Notice that I've got it all different angles, so that it won't be one on top of the other. All right, now then let me put in some more. Place this a little bit lower. This one a little bit lower. And I'll do some more. Yeah, let me lay this over here. Let me put some more greenery. Leather leaf, so we're giving it more product. You can do this in your hand, or you can do it in a you can kind of arrange it as you go. You can do it in your hand, or you can do it, but I find it easier to do here. And there's another one, but you want to make sure it's showing good. And every one of them got them at a different level, so we make your arrangement larger. Okay, kind of do them up like that. All right, now let me see. This is what you got. You can kind of lay them down there, and if you see something that don't need, it ain't right, you just change it around. Okay, now then, you want to take a wire covered with floor tape, and tie it off here at the radiation point. Make sure it's always covered with floor tape though, because you don't want it sticking anybody. And if you're doing your fresh flowers, make absolutely sure you're cutting off all those stickers, those briars, or whatever you call it, because you don't want nobody stuck. All right, now I'm going to put a bow on it. You can either put a red bow, This is what you hold it here. You put a red bow, or you can put a white bow. Let's put this white bow. Oh yeah, because it's very pretty. I made these ahead of time to keep all this down, so it won't be so video won't be so long. But you take it and you wrap it around here, and you tie it off. Wrap it a couple of times, so make absolutely sure it won't come apart. Because you don't want your stuff coming apart. It is very embarrassing. In all the years that I did my flower shop, I've had one flower to fall out of an arrangement. That was embarrassing, but after 20 years, it's not so bad, just one flower. All right, now, but you see your mechanics back there? You want to cover that mechanics up. So let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. My ribbon. Take that ribbon. Do a pretty good thing off of it. Get that out of your way so we won't have to be looking at that. And you're going to wrap it. You'll wrap this sucker so it won't show in the back. Put it down here. Like I said, you want to cover your mechanics. I'm going to tie this. It still isn't completely covered. So we're going to wrap it around again. And since this is kind of see through it, I picked the wrong one. Might want to wrap it a couple of times. And then you tie it off. Kind of make you a little bow back here. That way I won't. Make sure your mechanics are covered. Could cut that a little bit longer. Okay, you've covered your mechanics. Now you've got to cut your stems off to all the same length, or approximately the same length. That's kind of keep it different. You can cut them off exactly the same length. You can kind of stagger them, but just about the same size. Could have got a bigger cutter. Okay, let me throw these away. Okay, here is your presentation. Lay it over here. And in my flower shop, and many times the school wants you to do a rose for your Mother's Day. I mean, well, one presentation rose for your mother. So you just take one rose, put it like this, and maybe one rose run, and put your rose on top. So it'll show up better. And there it is. You just take your ribbon. Here's a ribbon. Oh. Do it to your in front of your arrangement, and wrap it around. And making sure it will stay on there. You don't want to put too much time in these because you'll usually have a bunch of them. All right, let's tape that with your tape here. Making sure you're pulling it tight so it'll stick to itself. Then you want to cut these off. You don't want to make the stems too long anyway. And here's your bring it out like that. Even though real flowers you're not going to be able to. There's your presentation for your Mother's Day. For just a mother's thing or whatever. Here's your presentation. There's your other presentation. Here's your 3 roses in a bud vase. Here's your Here's your 12 roses in a bud vase. Here's 6 roses in a bud vase. And your, oh, I thought I could get more in there than that. And your 1 rose in a bud vase. You can't see all that at one time. And it should be able to. So I'm fixing to I'm pulling that back a little bit further so you can see all of it one time. It'd probably been better if I, there we go. Kind of jumbled up looking.